So while we are driving around, here are few quick facts about the Thar that you might be interested in. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So we are back after a long time and today we are covering the Thar. So we thought that as the ROX is out, it is a good time to cover its predecessor. This current version that you see is of my very close friend. He has been owning it since 3 years. It has clocked somewhere around 48,000 kilometers. In this video, we will cover the ownership experience and general questions people have while buying the Thar. Stay tuned and let's see how this goes. To talk about the overall design and looks, well, it's a boxy car. I feel that it is a bit short length, not as big as I would say the Jeep Meridian or the ROX. In the front, you get a basic design. He has also put in certain accessories, like the front grille is changed. There is a front hood visor that is over here, though it is falling apart a bit. The dealer also offers LED lights in the fog lamps and in the headlights. Basic setup over here with normal halogen indicators. If we talk about the tire size, this is 255 65 18. Pretty big tires on this car. They offer you good I would say bounce and quite good comfort when you're off-roading. So my friend has done a lot of driving in the Himachal terrains and he thoroughly enjoys driving it over there, but certain problems while driving in the city, like the general overall experience has been that this is not more of a city drive. It offers a lot of fatigue when you're driving. You probably get tired easier because of the body roll, but on the hill driving it is a fantastic car. At the back in the rear we have this like a cover of the stepney, and he's also got these headlight covers, I would say. Pretty simple design, basic, but a lot of road presence. This version is the automatic with the 6-speed automatic gearbox. On the rear we get this 4x4 badging, and another accessory that the dealer offered him was this cladding on the door. This footrest is from the factory, and yeah, this is like the overall design of the car. Great road presence. Few things which we observe are part of an SUV but not like a daily sedan or a compact car that we drive. There is no key lock here on the passenger door. So let's get inside and see how the car looks. So pretty basic design and neat. What we get is a touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. A normal AC. This is not an automatic climate controller. What you get over here is the temperature gauge, the speed, some options on how you want to set up the AC. If you want to switch off the this is on the seat belt buzzer, and this is okay, this talks about the airbag. What we get here are two USB chargers, aux cable, and a 12-volt socket. Here is the 4x4 lever. It's an automatic. Here are the switches for the power windows. On the front here you get the speakers, same as on the driver side. Probably I'll just go there and show you, and the speakers on the top. So there are no speakers on the back but on the top of the hood. Okay, so on the driver's side, a good chunky steering with the old tachometer. You have a RPM meter and the speed meter. We'll just get there in a bit of how it looks from the inside when you start the car. I'll just show you that how one can get inside by pulling back the front seat. So you pull this lever over here, pull the seat, and just slide it further. The rear seat, well, it is more of a 2-seater car than a 4-seater. It is just okay for an adult to be seated. Like if you see, I am a bit tall, I'm 5'10", so half of my legs are still, you know, beyond the lumbar support. As an accessory, what you get are the cup holders and some storage over here. It's a bit crooked. Well, that's the quality of Mahindra. And yeah, pretty basic. You get rear seat belts, and there is a stepney towing kit over here. Talking about the boot space, not enough boot space over here with the seats up. So once you open, this is a subwoofer which has again been installed by the dealer. You can open the rear glass. It is only openable after you have opened the boot. Well, you can slide down the seats and have more space for long journeys, but then again, it's just a two-door car. Talking about the key, you get a flip key, which I think is also similar in the Rocks. Let's start the car and see what we get on the instrument cluster. So there are certain buttons over here with which you can change your display on the instrument cluster. For example, I'll show you over here. So for this button, first it shows in what direction the tires are. When you change it, it shows you at what angle. Good when you're on off-roads. Pressing it again, you get a trip meter. Okay, average fuel efficiency. So the car in the city gives you around 8 to 9 kilometers per liter. The ARAI claimed average is around 15 kilometers per liter. This specific engine in this car is a 2000cc petrol, which is the M Stallion 150 TGDI. It offers 112 bhp and 300 Newton meters of torque. Well guys, that's a lot of torque for this car because I have personally driven it for a long time, and at any given time I have not felt that I don't have enough power either on the highway or in the city. If we talk about the gearbox, it's a 6-speed automatic. The fuel tank capacity is 57 liters. So whenever you're getting a full tank, so expect that you're shelling out at least 5,800 or 6,000 rupees. Now if we talk about the infotainment system, well, the information you get about the tire, it comes with a tire pressure monitoring system, certain alerts if there are any problems in the car, whether you want to switch on the daytime running lamps, your fuel info, which is real time right now 8.9, and the service history. Then you have your basic setup of the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and the radio. To the important part of why one should buy the Thar, or asking from my friend why he really purchased this car. So Devdatta, when did you purchase this car and how many kilometers have you driven?
So Anuj, I bought this car in December 21, and it's been almost 43,000 kilometers which I have driven this car, and it's been almost 3 years.
Okay.
In this particular car.
And why did you only buy the Thar, whereas there are many other cars available in the Indian market?
So honestly, I bought this car in December 21 for the primary reason that I was too young, and I wanted a car where I could go to the mountains and all and enjoy my life. So it was bought in sort of an fun status, I suppose, basically.
Okay. And how has the experience been? Is it a daily driver?
Honestly speaking, it's not a daily driver. It's more of an off-road vehicle, and honestly, I'll suggest that if a person is adventurous, he should go for this car.
Okay.
Like, it's not a daily drive car for an office. Like, if you want to go to office and want to lead a normal life, you can buy any normal sedan, I suppose.
Okay.
It's not a daily car.
Not for the city traffic. Okay. And does your driving also involve off-road? Like, do you cover off-road terrains with this vehicle?
I have been to Kasol like almost 6 times, and most of Himachal I have covered in this particular car. And if I tell about my experience in Kasol or like in Himachal, I'll feel that it's one of the best cars in the mountain region, supposedly.
How is the handling and the ride quality?
Ride quality is not good, if you ask me. There's a lot of body roll in the car, but especially in the mountains, it's an excellent vehicle, if you ask me. Apart from that, it's not for a daily drive.
How is it on the highways?
There's a bit of a body roll, and there is an issue in regards to the brake as well in the car. Like, if you are speeding at around 100 kilometers per hour, you'll have to check your brakes. You'll have to check the person who is driving in front of you, because the brakes do not apply so fast in this car. So honestly, you can't be going at around 120 and not looking at the traffic ahead. So that is one issue in this particular car, if you ask me.
And when you're driving at fast speeds, what I've also felt personally is you get a lot of wind blast.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah,
wind blast,
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
noise,
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of wiggle.
Yeah, but people I've seen that they get the damping done in the car, but I did not get the damping done. But honestly speaking, if you don't get the damping done, there's a lot of wind blast in this car. But overall, it's good for the mountains, not for the city.
Okay.
If I want to tell you in a nutshell.
Eventually, when you reach your destination, do you generally feel tired because of all the body roll, or are you still in a condition that you can operate during the day?
So to answer it precisely, you don't get tired in the mountains.
Okay.
But when I talk about the city, yes, it gives you a lot of
Fatigue.
because at the end of the day, like you would want a car or a vehicle that will go without much of a body roll,
Got it.
especially in the city.
Right.
But in the mountains, it is like a car that you would want in your lifetime.
And how do you find the performance of the engine? Does it have enough power for your needs?
It's a very strong engine, supposedly, and when you talk about the power of this particular car, it's a very powerful car. There's no doubt about it. There's a very strong road presence, and I've usually seen that, especially in the city, like if you are driving, people give you way because this engine has a noise as well. So when it goes on the road, I've usually seen that people give you way. It's a very strong engine, to be precise.
Okay. So like when somebody sees in the rear view mirror, they want to get aside.
Yeah, most of the times.
Okay. What are the pain points of owning a Thar? If you can talk about the service, maintenance, is it pocket friendly?
So if I talk about the service, it's actually expensive. Especially Mahindra, like I have my reservations when I talk about Mahindra in terms of service and maintenance. Although the first service they'll give you a good service in the first place, but subsequently in the like fourth of your service, my experiences have not been good. Especially when it comes to the sensors in the car. When I talk about the brakes, when I talk about the infotainment system, when I talk about the AC and everything, so it gives you issues in the long run. I have seen that any sensor going wrong in this car will result in tripping of the car, and as a result of which the engine might get like seized. Sometimes I've seen the engine also getting seized in this car. One of my friends, I have heard this engine also gets seized, and there is a problem on overheating in this car as well.
Overheating.
Yeah. So
despite getting regular checkups from the
even after the service. So
and you've always gone to authorized Mahindra dealers only.
Yeah. I have not gone to any other place apart from Mahindra. And the major issue in this car is any of the sensor, if it goes wrong, the car will stop or break down, and then you'll have to call the road assistance, and there's a lot of struggle, especially with this car with the weight and everything. You'll have to wait till the road assistance arrives.
Okay. So now that we have covered the negative points of the car, I would also like to understand what are the good things that you really like about this car which you have not found in the other cars that you have driven so far.
So firstly, it has a very strong road presence. If I be very honest with you, people give you way when this car moves on the road. Secondly, it has a very good feature which is the hill assist. When you go to the mountains, like if you have a steep slope, the car will not go roll back. That is one quality in this car which I'll say that is very good in this heavy vehicles. And thirdly, I'll say that it has excellent lights in this particular car. The throw is very good, especially places where you don't have light or the electricity. This gives you a very good view in terms of maneuvering. And lastly, I'll say that with this being a very heavy vehicle, the maneuverability is still okay as compared to other SUVs. These are the four things which I feel are good things.
Okay. So to conclude, what is your verdict or review of the Thar? Would you recommend it to another friend, or what would you really say to others about the Thar?
See, honestly speaking, like if you are at a young age, you are adventurous. Although I am not adventurous, I took this out of fun. But if you are adventurous and you like to go out, and you are a bit of a freak, I'll say, and you would want to explore life in general, then this car is an excellent car. But then be ready to shell money out of your pocket, because this is an expensive car. and
Expensive car to maintain.
yeah, in terms of fuel and everything, and in terms of overall maintenance as well, that you have to be ready to shell out around 40,000
Per annum.
approximately. Like depends on the service and number of kilometers that you.
So this
drive.
is more of a lifestyle
Lifestyle.
vehicle rather than a
Right.
practical daily driver.
If you want to just go to office and come back home, I'll suggest you should buy a sedan, which will give you a lot of fuel efficiency, and it'll be a decent car. Like you can't be going to with a Thar to an office. Like first of all, the average is not good, and honestly speaking, it's a expensive car.
Right. Right.
So this is in totality, and if you ask me, for fun, you should buy this car. You should experience it. But in the long term, I will not suggest.
Okay, so not a family car, but more of a, I would say, a couple car or a bachelor car, or like a car to go out
For
with
sure,
your friends.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Well, that's all that we had today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Anush.
Dilip.
Thanks.